Sand, swimming, and surfing are all things we think of when we go to the beach. And today, for these participants, it's no different. They Will Surf Again is an organization for wheelchair-bound people on the East Coast. Run by volunteers and local surf shops, participants like Will Archibald, who was in a motorcycle accident in 2009, are able to get back out in the water.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, volunteers are great, helping get you out there, getting you to the good waves, setting you up, and, you know, just being back out in the water and on your own, it's great.
The surfers use special boards for support and wheelchairs that are water-friendly. But the key ingredient to this exceptional day is encouragement. Local event leader and president of Ocean Cure, Kevin Murphy, says it's the smiles that keeps him coming back.
It's better than catching my own waves. I love it. This is the highlight of my year every year, is coming out and getting everybody waves and just seeing their smile, seeing how excited they get for it. That's what tops it off for me. So when I get to see them catch a wave, it's better than surfing myself.
On this special day, these seagoing surfers serve as proof that no matter what, life does roll on. I'm Caroline Keith, Seahawks Central News, Teal TV. You may have seen these signs on the back of cars, on lawns, throughout Wilmington. Titan is obviously an issue that has the entire Cape Fear community up in arms. Let's dive into the issue that's dividing Wilmington. Cement, which Titan produces, is made with limestone, something that is precious to the Cape Fear, which is why Titan wants to move back to its vacant lot in Castle Hayne. Many on the local and national levels are upset. Grassroots organizations like Stop Titan and Citizens Against Titan are taking on the corporate giant.
Citizens, business owners, doctors, parents, students have come out and said no.
Titan promises big numbers.
I think about 120 million a year physical impact to the economy.
But will that number contribute or withdraw to the estimated $869 million earned by tourism each year?
You start to dewater a mine, you start to lower the water table in an area, and when you lower that water table, you start to have an impact on the wetlands.
Air pollution is a factor on the cement plant, especially since New Hanover County is the most polluted of North Carolina.
If it reaches a certain level of sulfur dioxide levels, we hit non-attainment, and that means that it's going to be really hard for more local businesses to come in.
Titan did receive their air quality permit, so Odom wants people to feel comfortable.
We feel very comfortable. We can follow all the rules and regulations.
But others feel unsettled.
How can Titan's 12 million additional pounds of emissions decrease our levels?
Rallies, forums, and petitions are becoming more frequent as the heat rises.
Every single person in this community has a stake in this.
With a local election on the horizon, voting is the best way to decide Wilmington's fate. I'm Caroline Keith, Seahawks Central News, Teal TV. There's lots of noise outside Petco every Saturday and Sunday. Cats and dogs wait here to be adopted. The event is put on by Adopt an Angel. The organization relies on loving hands to get animals out of shelters into foster homes. Lots of volunteers, like Sarah, help the day go smoothly, but still they need more.
We always need volunteers. We need more people to walk the dogs, the more the barrier, and we have so many, like today we have 16 dogs out, and if we had, 10 volunteers, we could have these dogs more out, more people petting them and interacting with them.
Adopt an Angel saved 680 cats and dogs in 2010. That successful number came from a combination of kind doctors, donations, and volunteers like you. Donations help animals like Tina, who was hit by a car, to heal. Program Director Sherry remains busy helping save lives, but calls for volunteers like you.
Okay, they could call our volunteer coordinator, Marlo, at 910-616-3708. Our hotline number for Adopt an Angel is 910-392-0557.
So come adopt an angel, because every furry friend needs a family. I'm Carolyn Keith, Seahawks Central News, TLTV. We're here with our new Chancellor, Chancellor Miller, and first off, we'd like to welcome you to the set of Seahawks Central News.
Well, thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
First off, we'd like to hear about a little bit about your past. I mean, where did you go to college? What were you involved with before UNCW?
Well, I grew up in Western Virginia. I won't go that far back, but I grew up in Western Virginia. So I went to a Virginia Public University. I went to William and Mary and stayed there for my bachelor's in biology and master's degree, and then went off for a PhD at Mississippi State University, where I studied ecology and biostatistics mainly, and then started an academic career, first at Weber State University in Utah for a couple years, and then 14 years at University of Mississippi, where I was mainly a faculty member for the first half of that time, and then I became department chair and got more and more interested in academic or in administrative problems and solving problems with people, working more with people on broader university issues. So there came a time when somebody asked me if I wanted to be a dean, and so we thought we'd try that, and I spent 4 years at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, and then decided we would take the next step and became provost at Wichita State University. I was there 5 years in Kansas, and now I'm here.
What is it about UNCW and the city of Wilmington that, I mean, really inspired you to come here? I mean, why Wilmington?
The thing I really liked about the university was this commitment to faculty and student interaction. I think that's very, very important today, and it suggests a few things. It suggested a few things to me. One is there's a great faculty here, and that's been something that's been demonstrated to me since I've been here and started to meet people. But it also suggested there are great students here who were really curious, who wanted to discover, and maybe not just satisfied to sit in the classroom, but really wanted to reach out and ask some questions. So the university seemed like a place that was leading and a leading institution in American higher education. But then there's Wilmington, and I like the beach. Although I grew up in the mountains, I've always loved the water. Then we found it to be just extraordinarily warm, wonderful restaurants, beautiful beaches, and just a lot of things to do when we have time, when we're not on campus.
What type of relationship are you looking with the student body? I mean, what type of image do you want to maintain?
Well, I want to be accessible to students. When I talked to the search committee and President Ross and others about relationships with students when we were interviewing, I made 2 points really that I think are important. Both of us, students have a lot to offer to me, and I have something to offer to them. And I think what I would like is to get to know students in their environment, which is in the classroom and where they live and in their activities. And we've started to do that with Move-In Day this week and some others. But I also want students to get to know me in my environment, because I have some experience that students don't yet have. And when we can find opportunities for students to be with us in the activities that we do around the Chancellor's office and in the university and in the decision-making process, then we're going to try to make those available too, so that we can both learn from each other. I want to be transparent in general, and accessible to students, and learn from students, and provide them an opportunity to learn from me.
All right. Well, on behalf of student media, we'd like to thank you so much for coming in.
You're so kind. I thank you so much.